No way, bruh. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our fourth race of the season here on F123 in HPL's Division 1 series. As we are starting qualifying here, I am Ballstick, joined with my co-host Big Jim. Say hello.
What's up?
So far, we have nobody coming out in the laps. I see one guy running out of the pit lane, two guys, McLaren. I see Red Bull and a Mercedes coming out. Start their out laps as we see Aston Martin, a Ramco sponsored F1 safety car.
Yeah, that thing might be busy tonight. Monaco, very tight racetrack. D2 found that out the hard way last night. A lot of incidents, but this is the best of the best in the league, so these guys should be able to mind their P's and Q's a little better than D2.
Noting from last night as well, the safety cars on this game have been fixed for Monaco, so a full course safety car will actually come out if it's bad enough. We had a virtual safety car and a full course safety car last race in D2 here at Monaco yesterday. And we're going to see Riley come to the start line here shortly as I get the rest of the broadcast set up.
If you look there on the far left, the scoring pylon, you can see a familiar name back in the league, a light core, 24, driving the Haas today. He is back in F1. I think he's a full-time driver.
Yep, he was signed to Mercedes in the D2 division, replacing Mayhem tomorrow, as Mayhem has decided to run D1 for AlphaTauri, as he is not here. I think I might be wrong on that one. D1 for Alpine. But that deal has not been finalized yet. As we see Riley on his flying lap here. First car to make it onto his flying lap. As we see small NASCAR fan in the pit lane with intermediates on, so we're going to see how that goes. And of course, as the first car on track, Riley Purple Sector 1.
Yeah, that's our winner from last night, small NASCAR. Getting a shot up in D1.
As we see a Ferrari stopped after the chicane. We're going to see if that plays any part into Riley's flying lap here. I don't think it will. But Masopes has retired from the session.
DNFing out of yet another qualifying session?
Another qualifying session. Indeed.
This guy is on a tear with tearing up Ferraris in qualifying. I can't say anything. I killed my Ferrari in qualifying last night as well. So.
At least you got to set a flying lap.
That's true. Masopes is going to be starting very, very far back, probably dead last.
This Alpine needs to get out of Riley's way as he impedes his lap. The Alpine gets into the wall there. Riley still runs an 11.3. Who was that? The Alpine fill-in driver of Garrison with a broken front wing.
Or was it Garrison?
Yep.
Wow.
He's a D2 fill-in for tonight.
Yeah,
I think
he's in
Riley
another guy's way here. He doesn't have a front wing. Gary does not have a front wing. He does get out of the way of the Haas, though.
Well, hopefully he learned his lesson with that one. He just impeded Riley's lap. What are we doing? As we have a couple more guys here, we got Joker qualifying second, Elite Precision third, Killer fourth, Mr. Hex fifth, Jackson sixth, Perchinator eighth, as Clay jumps up to fourth. So far, the whole top six are on the 111 range.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Last night, D2, we were in the... Oh, someone's off the racetrack. Yeah. That's a Williams. Don't worry about that. But I think the pole for last night was a 112, correct? Or a 111.8?
It was a 111.
Okay.
We see both Alpines here with front wing damage. So we see small NASCAR.
It's so hard to get out of the way. Sorry. It's so hard to get out of the way of someone because, I mean, it's such a small track. You're just trying not to impede laps.
I mean, at the same time, there are still spots to get out of the way. And Garrison could have just stayed on the right side of the track while Riley took the preferred line on the left side. So, or vice versa. Either way, there was a chance to get out of the way. So,
Well, while I was just running my mouth, Jackson with a 110 flat. That's a second faster than anybody. Well, it's a second and a little bit more faster than anybody else on the circuit right now. I, I mean, I've watched some of the time trial laps from like professionals. They're running 109, 108s. A 110 is nothing to be ashamed of. That might be good enough for pole, but we still got 12 minutes left in this thing.
oh, someone lost the front wing. The Haas of TTV Hail State has lost part of his front wing there. Stays on his flying lap though, doesn't get invalidated. We're going to see where he ends up. See, he jumps to ninth with a 116.1. So far, small NASCAR fan on the intermediates has outqualified Furchinator on the softs, while both Josh and Furchinator retire
Oh,
from the session.
yep.
There is death in
Josh
the
wrecked out of
chicane.
the high speed chicane, so he is out of qualifying.
Ready possibly with a purple sector too. We'll see if that comes to fruition here. See if that does anything for him. I think he'll be up pretty high in the standings. We see Kenny with a 110.9. Heredia with a 110.2.
Wow. That was really close. Someone coming out pit exit right there. Almost took the side off of the Aston Martin right there, the Heredia God. But up to P2, another 110. That puts 3 drivers of 3 different teams into the 110 bracket.
We see 5 drivers yet to qualify here, as 4 of them are on their outlaps. The closest one to the line will be Garrison.
It's such an interesting race because it's held at night. It's one of the only races, it might be the only race that is on the calendar that's done at night. I think Jeddah was night. So maybe we have a couple of night races, but this one is traditionally ran in the day in real life. A whole different set of characteristics at night. It's a lot, I would say a lot looser, but you can correct me if I'm wrong there, Dylan.
I think
It just
there's more
seems like it
grip.
doesn't, you think it has more grip?
Well, the
Yeah,
tires,
I
for
feel like
one, don't get as
it's all over.
overheated as they would in the day. So that's probably, that helps me. That helped me a little bit last night since I wasn't flying into the wall at all. We're getting oversteer. And I mean, you could just look at your tires. It depends on how you're driving it. But, yeah. Your tires should help. It's kind of like in NASCAR, where as the sun sets, the tires get grippier as the track itself tends to get a little bit cooler, like if we saw in Nashville and stuff like that. This Gary
One
sets
thing,
at 112.
yeah, one thing you don't want to get sucked into is if you weren't able to get going on your hot lap and put down a flyer, do not keep running these softs. They won't get any faster. Your ERS will already be depleted, so you only get one really good lap coming out of the pits off of that out lap. That is your flying lap, the lap after. You don't
Yep.
get 2, you only get 1.
Yeah. As we see Team Air Jordan coming around, he's uh, finishing up his flying lap here. So he's swerving a little bit. I don't know if he's coming in the pit. As he's going to finish up this lap here, coming to the DRS end of the front. He's followed by
It's been
Electric Days, but it finishes as well.
it's been a tough go for both Haas and Alfa Romeo. Haas able to make a little bit of noise in D2, but Alfa Romeo, they've kind of been struggling in both D1 and D2. I don't even know if they really race in D2. I don't see their cars very often, but in D1, they've just been hovering around that 15th to 20th place area every single week. So hopefully they can get it back on track this week and it's going to come down to a little bit of qualifying. You're going to have to qualify well and get some track position. Right now, not looking too hot.
As we were watching, we saw a light car actually get loose and go straight through. I don't know what chicane is that. The third chicane? The second chicane. And hit the wall. So he invalidated his lap and came down pit road. Electric Days, we just saw him validate his lap as well. After setting a 1:12.4, Team Air Jordan a 1:13.4. As we can see here, after you get down to like first through 10th, there's a good amount of drop off between the rest of the grid. Where Garrison's about 5/10 off 5th, Electric is about 3 off 11th, which isn't terrible. Air Jordan is a whole second off 12th. Hail State is 3 seconds almost off 13th. Small NASCAR is about a second and a half off. But I think that lap was actually set on inters. I don't think he has been able to set a lap in the soft as he's coming around the final 2 turns on these softs. So we're going to see what kind of lap time he has. Our D2 winner from last night as well.
Yeah, and
Shoots an
that's not
amazing
too uncommon. Those guys back there running 112s. I mean, you see a good amount of those guys, like Garrison and, well, actually, looks
Oh
like
my
small
god.
NASCAR. Where's small NASCAR? Oh, yeah, there he is, 112 as well. That's where race pace was for D2. I think those guys, they're just going to hope to stay out of the D1 drivers' ways. They don't want to ruin anybody's races, and they're just going to take spots where they can get them.
Jackson Altman had to one-up himself in the field and qualified a whole
Good
4/10 faster
Lord.
with a 109.637.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
And I bet you anything he's in there thinking he can push even harder. He can find even more pace in this Red Bull.
There's a chance he can, but this isn't time trials. This is where it's going to be the race. Like if you know you can have a steady lead here in Monaco, it is very hard to pass. As we saw last night, the only attempted overtakes were actually wrecks, except for one of them.
Yeah.
But
That's why qualifying is so important here. There are not many passing zones. I guess one of them is, of course, the DRS zone on the front straight. Uh, After that, going up turn 1 toward up the hill, that's not a passing zone. That is, I mean, I say that last night. That's where the wind came from. But it's too windy, and it's very
no,
easy for someone to miscalculate their angle going up the S's and clip a nose and take both drivers out of the Grand Prix. So not a lot of places to pass the tunnel. I guess you can try it there,
if you get a
but
quick
that's
run,
also, yeah, you get a good run, but it's still very tight. Anywhere you're going to try to make a pass, it's gonna be very tight.
like you need to hope you get the preferred lane. Because if you don't get the preferred lane, the only way you're passing is if they let you go by. I honestly got only made one overtake last night, and it was Speed Racer letting me by. So we love speed out here for that sportsmanship.
I think Heredia just beat his time, but it's not enough to jump to the top of the board. He stays put at P2 with the 110.124.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I forget what his last time. I thought he still ran a 110.1, but no, he did not. That
I
would have
think
been
it was a
Paul, I think.
110.3.
True, I think so as well, because he was only a couple tenths off Jackson. Now he's still 5.
Yeah, only driver in the 109s right now, Jackson Altman. Last week's winner at Australia.
True.
Really dominating performance there off of his suspension. He's come back with a lot of fire
Ooh.
in his chest.
A light core, even after biffing his lap in the last turn, still goes up to P7. I wonder what that lap could have been. Well, Logan Aim also set his qualifying lap with a 1:12.6. So we're going to see who improves here with our 3.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. There is a wreck exiting the
Oh,
first chicane involving a Haas, I believe. Yep, no front wing. Riley has
yeah,
retired
that
from the session.
is Hale State.
I think Riley retired in the pit lane, though. Jackson Allman as well in the pit lane. We're seeing a couple drivers retire their cars. most of which have been in the pit lane.
Do you think that hurts the drivers' heads when they're going down there on the DRS zone? They pull to the right to get as close to the pit wall, and they have signs hanging out there. I feel like some of these have to clock the driver in the head. Thank God for the halos.
Yeah,
But maybe back in the day when they didn't have the halos, that thing would clock you in the head.
I don't know. I would have thought they would put some more height under those pit signs. And nowadays you don't need the pit sign since you do have a race engineer and a radio. But if your radio is broken for some reason, those pit signs will come in handy.
Old-fashioned. Yeah, so Jackson retiring the car. Feels pretty confident in his 109.
Ooh.
Heredia, it looks like he is going to go back out there for yet another lap with 2 minutes left in qualifying. See if he can do any better. Clay just went up to third, the 110.6.
A pole point here is much more important than a pole point in NASCAR. Because NASCAR, everybody gets points. Oh. But in F1, only the top 10 get points. And even then, there's a big drop-off from the winner getting 25 to 10th place getting 1 point. So that pole point really matters whether you DNF that race or what, so you can still get at least that 1 point. Stuff like that. Because when you win, you're not going to get 40 points. Second place doesn't get 39. Second place, it drops down to 18. And then I think it goes to 15 for third. And then it drops off all funny. I'm not a master of these points, but
Podium pays a lot, I know that.
it does.
Exponentially for 1 through 3 than it does for 4 through 10. But points are points in any facet. Fastest lap gives you a point, and that's good too. But I want to keep our eyes here on Heredia. He's coming to his fast lap. This is going to be the last chance of someone to knock Jackson off of pole position here qualifying.
The thing, though, with fastest lap, I'm pretty sure you have to actually be in the top 10 to be able to keep that point. So you can't just be 15th place, pit for softs, fed a lap, and then get that point. So it's a bit different here in F1.
This is looking really solid for Heredia. Exiting the carousel in the third gear, get a good launch into the tunnel. Definitely on the ERS. I think it's going to be close. I think Heredia's going to be in the 109s. That's just my prediction. Ooh, might have cut there.
Nope, his lap is still green. I don't know whether it's a glitch or not, which most likely a glitch, but Heredia has, for the second time, purple sector 2. But I don't know how the sectors are.
Too wide. Good launch off the final corner. What's it going to be?
Wow. Good improvement by 2/10, but not enough for pole. Still 3/10 off of Jackson's time.
3/10. And it just goes to show how good of a lap that was from the Red Bull. But right now, Red Bull, first and third. That's a good qualifying effort. This is a chance for Frank. He says that this was his one chance to win.
Terrible wreck for Electric Days. I was making sure to watch him while he was on his flying lap. As I think Baseball Kid got his lap impeded as well, but I'm really not sure what happened there. He is 16 seconds off of his time as he retires from the session. And I believe that is it. This qualifying has wrapped up here with Jackson Allman on the pole with a 109.6. As we're going to go through the rest of these. Jackson Allman, like I said, a 109.6 for the pole. If you're ready, God. Owner of Aston Martin with a 109.9. Killer XL, Red Bull driver with a 110.6. Good qualifying positions here for the Red Bulls, first and third. At the track, you can't really pass that. That is great positioning for those two. Clay with a 110.6 in fourth. Baseball Kid fifth. Elite Precision sixth. Kenny LaFleur seventh. Riley eighth. Mr. Hex ninth. Lightcore 10th. Always Joker 11th. Garrison 12th. Small NASCAR Fan 13th. Electric Days 14th. Logan 15th. Air Jordan 16th. Hail State 17th. Virginator 18th. Miss Soaps and Josh with no time set, 19th and 20th. As there's no formation lap, Jim, quickly, who is your top 3 for tonight?
I'm really gonna say Frank. I think he wins this race. I think Jackson gets in some sort of mess either on pit road or something's gonna happen. I don't see him winning 2 in a row. If he does, hats off to him and more power to him. But I'm gonna say Killer first, Heredia second, and we'll go with Clay for third.
There's some good picks for tonight, but at a track where you can't really pass that, and Jackson with that much of a qualifying lap over the rest, which I know the qualifying laps aren't everything, but I do believe Jackson does go back to back this week. Here at Monaco, I believe we'll see the Red Bull 1 and 2 though, with Frank finishing second place, and I think Heredia will be third. So as we're gonna
This is
wait here
always
for
one of the
these.
more exciting races, Dylan.
Oh
This
yeah.
is this is a crown jewel, as you will, in Formula One. This is what they usually do on, what is it, Memorial Day weekend? They do it with the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600. But we're going to get right here.
5 lights. They are out and away we go here at Monaco. As I need to get up to see what tires we got, as Jackson already keeps that lead. I see everybody clean so far through turn 1. That is a bit further than most drivers thought they were going to get through.
We're all just going to snake through here, trying to get single file. It's hard to go double file right here.
It is very hard to go double file anywhere,
Oh,
as we see a
no!
Ferrari very slow. So far, so good.
Had a light core get into the back of small NASCAR right there. They are able to keep it straight.
Does he have wing damage?
No damage.
Alright.
Just a little bit of an accordion back there going through the carousel.
As we see, this field is already quite spread out. What kind of camera angle is this? Oh, it's not bad. For the ticker, it'd be better. But, I digress. As we see majority of the field, I think, like, the field is split here. Half hards, half mediums. No DRS quite yet. That'll come lap 3. As we already see Mr. Hatch coming down pit lane. He must have had wing damage or something. What's the game plan here? Yep, front wing damage for Mr. Hatch. I believe for Logan Aim as well. So there's already 2 drivers with that much of a fall off early on this race with that wing damage. That wing damage, you need a front wing to be fast here.
Yeah, you definitely do.
An Alpha behind getting to the wall. Kenny LaFleur is battling these two. Kenny LaFleur without a front wing as well.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be killer in the straights, but here on these turns, he's a sitting duck. His electric gauge is just dying to get past him here. As he does. By.
And not a good start from Kenny. I think he started 6th. Now he is, just struggling bad.
That had to be a warning there. So we see an Alfa Romeo struggling. Bad internet is not having a great time right now as he was ghosted for a minute. Kenny LaFleur with a time penalty already here on lap 3. Lap 2 for him at least.
You have to believe that's because he just can't turn.
Pit lane. Yeah. Can't fault him for that 3-second penalty. His DRS has been enabled here on lap 3. 2 drivers, small NASCAR fan and Kenny pitting here. We'll see if Mr. Hex and Logan can capitalize on this. Which I believe Hex should at least. I don't know about Logan Aim.
Top 3 have kind of spaced themselves out here. Only 3 laps into the race, and Jackson's out there by 1.8 seconds. And Frank is about 2 seconds behind Heredia.
Yeah, Clay's only is a second behind Killer, gaining time there. I believe he was using his overtake button. Baseball Kid not too far behind Clay either. There's some close-ish battles going through the field here. And by battles, I mean below a second. We're gonna see how this turns out. We got a race. Looks like a long race tonight, but with 39 laps here at a track that averages maybe like 112 a lap, won't be that long of a race.
No, but your tires are going to be feeling it.
Yeah.
We felt it 27, 29 laps last night. The tires are starting to die no matter what you put on.
Fortunator
Honestly,
pitting here.
Heredia looks a little bit faster than Jackson.
He'll stay with a 30-second penalty. Yeah, we're gonna see
Just
how this turns out, though.
slowly.
Both of them are on the hards.
Just slowly creeping in there. I mean, it was 1.8 last lap in the exact same spot. This time it's only 1.7, so very slowly creeping in. But slow and steady wins the race, and this is a long one.
Indeed. No DNF so far, though. That's why these guys are in Division 1. But I think it's only a matter of time, in all honesty, as I see some pit wars going out.
Oh, someone is ghosted. Who the heck is that? Nope, never mind, not anymore. Give a big shout out to Elite Precision right now, running 6th. He was able to keep the nose on it. You know, he had that issue last week and the week before. He's been kind of struggling. He's looking for a good run in that McLaren. Right now, running 6th.
Elite Precision is one of the guys we know they're pretty good on heat, but he's just been working at it on F1. He wants to get good at this game. He was a great pickup by Mr. Hex because he could just see how much he would work at getting better at this game, getting better with team points. Because every team wants that constructor's crown trophy. Number 1 spot as we see Fortunator with a 3-second penalty all the way back in 20th position.
Going back to Elite Precision, I give him a lot of credit. Going straight to D1,
Yeah,
getting
that's crazy.
called straight up to D1. He will admit to you he's not the biggest F1 guy and he's not the fastest F1, but he is a quick learner and he is going to get a grasp on this soon. Right now, it looks like he's in that learning stage and doing very well.
As much as real life F1 can be pretty boring at times, I always love watching these races in Division 1 because it's very hard to predict who will do what at what time and who will win these races. There's a caution after the first chicane. It is Hale State.
Yeah, Hale State went off in the first chicane.
We'll see if he has front wing damage there. Oh, yep, it is destroyed. Wait, no, that is the Alfa Romeo of Team Air Jordan with the front wing destroyed. That was Hale State just running over it.
Oh, yeah.
Let him go by and pit here.
We're not seeing a lot of end plates going missing, but we are seeing a lot of front wings just disintegrating.
Yeah, as we see a caution here. A carousel, I think it's called.
Garrison. He went off right before the carousel, that right-hander before the carousel. That dropped the Alpine back to 12th.
There's a great camera angle. And the carousel where it's on the inside and not the outside where there's no audio. Great view.
There's some great camera angles here.
Yeah, there's great. Actually, they have very good camera angles everywhere. I love it. We have a full course safety car, virtual though. I don't know for what. Nobody stopped.
Oh, Fortunator. No, not Fortunator. Who?
I think it might have been him. He might have gotten going. I don't know who it was. Let's go look for front wings.
We got Elite Precision. He just came in, put on hards.
So we got Clay, Elite, and Light Core all came in to pit. I'm not sure if any of them had front wing damage or were the reason for that caution. As these virtual safety cars don't take that long, but
no, but you gotta be cognizant of your delta. You can get a black flag very easily here, penalty easily here.
State might have been one of the drivers involved. Yep, front wing damage. Air Jordan speeding under the virtual safety car, drive-through penalty.
That's it. That's what you can't do.
I
It's
was gonna
just
mention what the penalty was, but he beat me to it, as he's gonna keep doing service drive-through.
unfortunate for him, but long race, got a lot of time to get back into it.
I would think the virtual safety car wouldn't have helped the driver of Jackson Altman, but that lead has only gotten bigger.
Yeah, 5 seconds. What was it, like 2
Yeah, it was
for
like
the
2
VSC?
or 3.
Wow.
So did Killer. Killer gained a whole 3 seconds, 4 seconds on Heredia God through that virtual safety car. As we see a car coming out of pit lane, already getting lapped here. That is the alpha of Team Air Jordan.
If you know how to manipulate the game enough, you can really make up a lot of time on the VSCs. I don't know how to do it.
I think you want to get that delta up really high, and then when it says prepare, I think you want to really slam on it.
Yeah, that and corners. Corners you go really
Yes.
slow, straights you fly.
Yeah, because where the corners are where they kill you. But the VSC, the VSC doesn't really care on the straights. But if you go through like a corner normally, your delta, as we have another virtual
Another
safety
one.
car. For what? I'm trying to look and see.
I think there might have been a wing sitting outside of the carousel. No.
Halsey comes
That's
back into the pit lane. He's getting another front wing change. He might have been the reason for it as well. So we're gonna
he's
keep
lost
looking
a
through
couple
here.
now.
I think that's about 3. I mean, if
Like
there's
a Darlington stripe for him. Lose a wing.
yeah. Hopefully we won't see Furchinator cross this yellow line. That will be an unsafe pit exit penalty.
Oof.
Is it just me,
So let's
Jim,
just.
or the car's kind of shaking on your screen too?
No, I have no shake. I'm
Mm.
going to pay attention to Jackson here. I want to see what he does under VSC to get such a gap. I mean, he's 6 seconds up now on
Yeah.
Heredia. I
It
think
could also
Heredia's
be
just playing it
Heredia
really
himself,
cautious.
yeah. We saw Frank gain and Jackson gain, so it might just be Heredia trying to keep it,
7 seconds.
yes, keep it safe. This DRS has been enabled, which also means we are back green. A small NASCAR fan comes down pit lane. I think he also needs a new front wing. A lot of front wings tonight, man.
Yeah. Pit road's going to be a busy place for these 39 laps.
Yeah. Another caution. Oh, that's one of the Mercedes drivers.
Hale State is
Nope.
also sitting in the high-speed chicane.
You can't do that.
Thinking he's trying to let all the leaders
Yeah, I think
by.
he's trying to let this next McLaren go by, but he needs to realize he is ghosted as a lap car. I mean, you don't want to get disqualified for sitting there for too long trying to let these leaders go by, you know what I mean? That's what happened to Garrison last night. As Fortunator gets
Oh
the
yeah, there
375
are
penalty.
issues for Hale State. He has another wing on.
Yeah, he's
So
got
make
that.
that 4.
Will he reach 15, like in his name?
This is where you get your sports books out, draft bet. I'm gonna bet he doesn't reach 15. Over
Yeah, I'm going
under
to
on
bet he doesn't
15. I
either.
am taking the under.
But so far, the over-under I set before the race, 3.5 safety cars. I'm going to include virtuals for now. We're at 2. As the
Another
Alpine
caution.
of, I think it's, I don't know, it might have been Fortunator trying to let the leaders go by, but you're ghosted, man.
See right there, little Mercedes action. Baseball kid allowing his teammate Joker around for 4th.
I think it's a good idea. I think Baseball Kid can learn from Joker, as we see. And McLaren, really precision off track here in the chicane. I don't know if he has front wing damage. I got a funky little TV, but he might have front wing damage. Front right? Nope. He's all good.
Trying to find the rhythm again. Although he is off the pace. He's just got caught a ton by
Yeah.
Josh. Something's wrong with the McLaren.
His tires might be overheated, so he's got to let him
Oh, wow.
Feel like the temperature decrease as Josh almost gets into the back of him.
Josh gonna go with the bump and run technique here. Not preferable in a Formula One race car, but sometimes it works.
Looking through
Just
the
don't
field,
destroy your wing.
a lot of teammates are back to back. We see the Mercedes drivers 4th and 5th, McLaren 10th and 11th, Williams 12th and 13th. Josh trying to change that. And the Alfa Romeo drivers 17th and 18th. You got to think that team owner of that one Porsche dude over in Belgium sleeping for the race weekend soon. Not able to witness his drivers here tonight. But Heredia has caught Jackson just a wee bit. He was 7 back. He is now 6.5. But I think that VSC helped him out, as there is a caution somewhere, which has been cleared up.
Whoa.
Oh, another caution. It is Hell State retired from the session.
Did he crash?
I think so, and in all honesty, I think it was a matter of time until we saw a DNF here soon. Not a matter of time for who it was, just a matter of time for someone making a mistake. Just so happened to be our Haas driver. As we see here, an Alfa Romeo inside the Red Bull here.
Yeah, this has got to be playing some mind games
The
on
VSC
in this
comes out
virtual.
again.
Yeah, virtual safety car. But that's playing mind games with Jackson. He's gonna hit pit road.
Yep.
Who comes with him? Heredia.
Yeah, I think it's time to pit.
The Red Bull, the second Red Bull entry come in. Yep. Killer XL hits pit road. I think everyone's gonna be hitting pit road then.
We see always Joker pitting as well in the Mercedes. You have to pit early under these virtual safety cars as well. You can't pit late because these things will go whenever. A light core also pitting on these 5-lap hards. We're going to see what he goes to. Garrison drive-through penalty for speeding under a safety car.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunate for Garrison.
True.
He's 6th right now, which is pretty impressive for a guy that's D2.
True. Trying to show up here.
Green Flag Racing.
He's trying to show Electric Days' team owner on why he deserves that D1 ride.
No reason Jackson should be scared right now. He's still 5.9 seconds up. Heredia has been eating into that gap just a little bit, but not enough.
Yep, someone. No, that is just the pit lane.
Oh, Logan Aim around outside turn 1. Sitting perpendicular to the racetrack. Watch out.
He Austin Powers that thing. Up,
And
rear wing damage.
He is doing a 20-point turn because F1 cars do not turn when you are sideways.
This is true. He may have rear wing damage.
Rear wing?
Yeah, he backed it into the wall, trying to get out of there. This Fortunator gets loose outside of the final turn. No, it can happen, man. It's not fun. But it's not as bad as front wing damage. As I see, a Haas is part of the front wing sitting outside of the turn 1, but I'm not sure. It could be the Haas or an Alpha. It's like the wing blade, not the whole front wing, but I think it is a Haas. It is gone now.
Oh, the Soaps is going to allow a couple of race cars around him.
Jackson on with the fastest lap of 1:12.034. Oh no, it was, of course, it was Santander. It was actually a Ferrari's front wing blade. That's Miss Soaps. He almost does the same as the McLaren driver in movement last night and almost gets that right front killed off the car. So to that turn, as he
Oh
comes down to Electric
no!
Days, or Clay, I mean,
He hit.
lets his teammate by.
Yeah,
Electric Days is
Clay.
out of the session, though. We have a full course safety car.
All right. Yeah, Electric is out of the Grand Prix. What happened there?
I wish I could tell you. I wish we had an
I
instant replay
don't
mode.
even know, but that is huge for AlphaTauri. Just can't catch a break. This is going to be another DNF. It's going to leave it up to Clay for AlphaTauri to gain some points. He's been fast, but that really stings for Electric. I know that
It
he
does. He was
likes
having
this
a good
racetrack.
run.
I just got a report from my pit reporter down here that Mason does have damage. He made the pit stop.
Sure, don't let this field get punched back up. This is not something you wanted to see as a race leader if you were Jackson Altman.
A VSC is a lot different from a full course safety car.
Bro,
This is
technically
going to
full
bunch
course.
everyone
This
back
one
up.
is just the real car as baseball kid. Drive through penalty, speeding under the safety car. Because you still, it'll get to that point where you don't have a delta anymore, but that's early on safety cars when you do have a delta. But once the whole field catches the safety car, you are able to go as fast as you need to get to the safety car. So we'll see. We'll see if our leaders pit. I don't think so. I do not think we'll see our top 5 pit, but there is a chance Elite Precision does on the 9-lap parts.
He just stayed out. I don't know if maybe next time he'll come down. But that time he decided to go back up to 5th. Maybe thinking track position be a
Yeah,
bigger factor than tires.
because the 9-lap parts aren't too terrible, but they will only last you a good bit more. As we see a few drivers go to the softs. Lap 16, boys. They're not going to last that long. Let's be real.
They're definitely thinking there's going to be another caution.
We have, like, what, 23 laps to go?
Yeah, it's way too long for softs. I think you get a good 6 laps,
They
4 to
might
6
get you
laps on
9.
softs.
4 good laps, but
Maybe
9
9,
to
but not at
12
speed.
actual laps.
Yeah, 9 laps, but you won't be fast at the tail end of it.
No, you will not.
You'll be struggling and
As
you
by
will
the
be all over the place.
Because by the time the safety car goes green, you might have 3 laps on them. As your lead position does end up coming up pit lane.
Gonna do my weekly position change update. Right now, Joker up 7 spots, Hex up 3 spots, Josh up 13 spots. Those are your biggest movers of the race. Masop's obviously starting from dead last. He's up 6 spots himself.
I don't mean to
Most of the
interrupt you, but
field
we saw
stands
a
still.
driver DNF during the safety
Yeah,
car.
most of the field is with a white dash, meaning everybody is mostly staying put, which is what you expect at Monaco. A lot of track position. Biggest losers right now, Riley down 5 spots. He just hit pit road, so that might not be that legit. Clay started pretty well. He's fallen back 5, had that little bit of a moment with Masopes in the Ferrari. Didn't get any damage out of it, so he is back there. I can't see Elite Precision down 4. He just pit. So a lot of these are just from pit cycle.
Yeah.
Except Josh.
During the safety car,
Only
Garrison
Josh.
ended up nailing the wall and is out of this race. He must have been pushing a bit too hard there. We have 3 cars out of this race so far. Virginia still has yet to catch up to this field.
Oh, that was the only Alpine entry of the race. Garrison.
Nope.
Where's the other Alpine?
Virginia. We have
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, my bad. Sorry, Furch. Forgot you were there. But
we have
it's going to
20
be up
cars.
to Furch to get points for Alpine.
We have 20 cars in this race. Everybody has a team. Unless they're wrecked, of course. We see Riley coming in the pit. That is They might go green without him. Because that safety car is only going to wait so long. Springer with a 3-second time penalty while under a safety car. He really wants to get back there, it seems. He is
Trying really
pushing.
hard. Honestly, I would just hit the pause button, man. Hit the
Yeah,
pause button.
let
It
the
will get
AI
you
do it
up
for
there.
you, man.
The AI will
You don't
take
need to
care of it.
cut that bad.
I'm noticing the pace car actually goes pace car speed at Monaco. Oh, nope, never mind. He's cooking now.
Yeah, that means safety car in this lap.
Yeah,
He is
he
cooking.
is. Oh yeah, he is on the brakes hard right there. On the ceramic
Oh,
brakes.
I don't know if the supercars don't drive like they have those ceramic brakes.
Yeah.
They do not like
There's
to
the
brake at
gap.
Austria, I can tell you that.
Look at that beautiful marina
Yep.
right there.
Well,
Just
oh, how it
gorgeous.
would be to be on one of those yachts watching this race.
In Jeddah, we said it was Shakira. Who's at this race?
Gotta think.
I'll say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think we'll see Charles Leclerc out there somewhere since he's actually not racing tonight.
Charles Leclerc.
Because he is from Monaco, or at least
Yeah,
the.
he is.
We see going green, Jackson Altman, who has led all 19 laps of this Grand Prix. Or 18, I mean. We are on lap 19. As Riley couldn't get back to that safety car queue. Where's a small NASCAR fan? Oh, he must be a lap down and lagging. While
That
ghosted.
would probably explain why.
Caution is out. I don't know for who.
Oh, someone without a front
And then is
wing.
Mr. Hex in that McLaren.
Yeah.
I think that's his second of the race. We've seen Ashton slow. I think that Ashton is Logan aim. We have Ashton's in complete opposite positions as one in second place and one in second to last place on track. Interesting here. You got to have balance.
You do have to have balance, and we know that Aston Martin, they're without Tiger NASCAR this week.
True.
He had something to do, I think vacation or whatnot, but Logan Aim filling in from D2.
Perfectly balanced like you and I down in D2.
Darn right. I just can't help but think. I know that you're not actually making contact with these ghosted lap cars, but this has to be kind of psyching you out a little bit.
Yeah,
Like
I can.
this guy up here, your instinct as a race car driver is not to hit a car in front of you, even if he's ghosted. You're like, I don't want to hit him, but I mean, it can mess up your line or just kind of freak you out.
I 1000% agree with you. I am a bum, right, at this game. I'm not that good, but I get points where points are available. I rely on the driving line, and if I can't see the driving line, I will wreck. And that almost happened to me last night with Katie's AI. It actually messed me up a little bit. Like the sequence after the carousel.
Ooh, man, tight battle. Frank and Josh are going at it for podium, and Josh is going to go ahead and take third position. Great move in turn one. Very tight, but able to keep it clean.
Small NASCAR fan retires from this session as well on pit lane, but for some reason that car's going to come back out from pit lane because the AI said so.
AI wants to finish this thing.
The AI does not want to stop as that car is moving once again.
You know what I'm kind of fascinated about here, Dylan? If you turn on the telemetry for Jackson Altman, he's down to 30% on that ERS. He is really draining the battery of this thing. It's pretty early into it. When do you start getting concerned that you're using too much ERS that you won't be able to replenish?
Well, If I'm Jackson Allman, I'm 3 seconds ahead, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. But if there was a car behind me within a second and he had DRS as well, I would most likely just try to keep that ERS. I would be a bit scared because you can't get away from that driver if he's got a good run and B, DRS out of the final turn. So right now, since there's no battle for him, I'd be okay with it, not having too much ERS. But it's honestly just the way most drivers get out of the corners because it gives you that much of a boost, basically. Exiting, because you'll just have that
You look at the
acceleration.
top three: Jackson with 38%, Heredia with 48%, Josh with 38%. So these guys are really draining the battery. You look at Killer XL back here, 92%.
Yeah,
He is
Killer is trying
still,
to keep the
yeah,
car on the
he's
track.
keeping it.
You see drivers
He's
behind
keeping
him.
the DRS.
Always Joker.
Killer
Usually
does have
overtake.
damage.
What damage does Killer have, though? 4? Side pod?
Wing damage that my AI gave me under safety car.
Front wing or rear wing? Because your front wing looks fine. Is it like yellow? Probably yellow.
It's right front.
Yeah, I had that as well last week.
Ooh, that thing is a dump truck. Red Bull really struggling back here in fourth.
Joker is just draining his ERS. As Logan retires from the session, full
Oh, he
course,
might have
real
wrecked.
safety car. Yep, he must have destroyed the cars. We are above the over-under of total safety cars of 3.5. We have hit 4. And
Cash
we
in your
have
checks
16
if you
laps to
voted
go.
the over.
We have 16 laps here at Monaco, as we have a full course safety car. What I mean by full
Oh,
course is...
Furchinator doesn't have a front wing. I wonder if there's contact between him and the Aston.
I think incident report will be popping tonight.
Not popping as much as the front wings on the front of these cars. I wish I had a counter for you on how many times we've seen a front wing change down in pit lane.
I would just
But
assume
it's a
every
lot.
time a car has pitted, that's not pit cycle, I would assume is front wing damage. We've probably had about 7 or 8, maybe 9 or 10. We're in that 8 to 10 range right now.
This should be a big break for
Any
Frank.
car lap down as well.
And Frank, because he'll be able to get down there and replace the wing or whatever damage he has. He'll
The
be
thing
able to
about
fix.
the front wing, though, is that it's not automatic if it's not fully broken. You'll have to actually go into your MFD and select replace wing.
Joker,
yes.
Joker comes down
As
with.
we will see. Select course speeds down. Speeds on the safety cars. Killer does end up getting his front wing repaired. New front wing. Gotta feel like a new car out on track, as he does get overtaken by Joker in the pits. Joker was fiending to get by him during a green flag run. So he's got to be really happy about getting by through the pit lane.
Yeah, a little bit of track position loss for the Red Bull. But it could have been a lot worse if he had a pit under green. Jackson has led every single lap tonight. Working lap 24 of 39 at Monaco. Kenny has a prediction. All right. Kenny's prediction is Frank will get back up there by lap 35 and win the race. Dylan has no words.
Sorry, I was trying to see if there were any MLB trades throughout this race, and there have not been.
You're trying to... Yeah, the yellows, there's not really much to talk about. But Josh up to third. He was our winner 2 weeks ago at Jeddah. Jackson, our winner from Australia. And Riley back there in 7th, our winner in Bahrain. So that's where your previous winners are running at the moment.
I'm looking through these MLB scores, and we are in the bottom of the 8th in a delayed game between Washington and the New York Mets. Currently 1-1. Bases loaded for Mark Canha. He's been on fire. The Cubs-Cardinals. Cubs are winning by 8, 9-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Guardians and White Sox. Guardians are winning this game 4-3, top of the 7th with a runner on base. And that is about it for now. It's a quiet night for MLB. There are only 5 games, 2 of which was a doubleheader between the Angels and the Tigers.
Did Oakland play today?
Oakland did not play today. They play
Oh.
tomorrow against the Rockies. I think
what a series.
They could take a couple of games there.
What a series, yes. Next thing you know, they'll be playing Kansas City.
I'm waiting for the bum fight for that game.
I am too.
They may
It's going to be a
have
high-scoring affair, though. You're going to get like 11-7.
August 21st through August 23rd, Royals at Athletics.
Oh, that's what we like to see. That's going to be a must-watch
Over
TV.
under Grayson giving up 8 runs.
I'm telling you, the offense for Oakland is not the issue.
Who's the car that far behind the field? Alright.
That's
I
Perch.
believe that is Perch.
That is Fritchinator in the Alpine.
Perch is not having a good time tonight.
Come on, buddy!
Stay out there long enough, get enough DNFs, we get, another restart here. These are pretty hectic.
True.
You get a big wreck, you could probably get into the points if you're Perch. So just keep this thing clean. Don't get any wrecks. Don't wreck yourself.
Fritch has learned his lesson. He hasn't gotten a warning yet so far, trying to catch back up to the safety car.
I think he's probably on AI, right?
Does not let us know.
He's not. There's no way, because he's taken such an unorthodox line.
Let's see the exit here. And the exit was
Okay,
pretty
no,
nice.
that looks like
I think that's
AI.
AI, man.
That
Yeah,
looks like
Fritch is on AI. He's in our chat. Can confirm he is letting the
Good
AI
job,
drive.
Perch. That's actually a good move. I don't blame you at
Good
all.
move. I can't blame you here, Monaco. What I can blame you for is if you actually stay in AI because you don't know they're going green.
Now, we did hear earlier
Won't tell
that
you.
Frank got damaged under safety car while paused
That
in
was
his
because
AI.
of a checkup and my AI turned right.
That's beautiful. That's EA Sports at its finest right there.
Yep. That AI was told if you get wing damage, you get free Bitcoin. So
Definitely.
safety car in this lap. That dude is flying, bro.
Yeah, he's ready to
He is
go.
booking
Masos
DRS
it.
is
just
back to
lost his
100%
wing
for
under
everybody.
safety car, by the way. Masos has lost his wing.
Masos lost part of his wing. It's Furtinator in our
Pain.
Furtinator in our chest saying he is going for points.
He lost the
Come
right
on, buddy.
front end plate, and he's gonna pit. Tough look for Mason.
Wow.
Here we go, back green.
He's got that stick drift though. He'll come back next week as Josh
Look at
tried
Josh.
to make a move on Heredia. Looked like there was some contact there, but that could have just been my internet being bad.
Trying to make a move on the outside of turn one
Kenny.
is something I have never seen before,
Yeah,
but he
really.
tried it.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Josh,
no.
hold on to it.
He is ghosted.
Oh, no! Teammates!
Oh no,
Riley, no.
Riley. No.
Riley into the back of
Riley
his
has
Williams
no
teammate.
front wing.
And that's the front wing for Riley. That's going to take him, unless there's a caution, that's going to take him out of contention of this
The
one.
real question is, will Josh still have a ride after this race?
Oh, that's
I think he
going to be an
does.
interesting team meeting in the Williams hauler.
Yeah, especially. Oh! McLaren hits the inside wall, but he keeps it straight as he gets clipped by the Mercedes as well. Keeps it going.
Oh,
Lost
this
the
thing's
left front
sparking
end wing
bad.
end plate.
Yeah, that's not good for Elite Precision. He's going to also have to hit pit road him. And
You got it,
Riley
buddy.
also going to have to hit pit road.
Yes, Riley does come down pit lane. It'd be a pretty bad decision to not come down pit lane. As Team Air Jordan also comes down.
Where did he come from? Kenny LaFleur up to third.
The thing with
Only
Kenny is
a
that he's got to
second
gain a
back
lot of
from
time
Heredia.
on Josh because with that penalty he will fall down the 6th.
And pay attention to the lap difference. I know it doesn't seem like much, but 15 lap old mediums for the 2 leaders, and Kenny LaFleur on 13 lap old mediums. He's got a little bit of a tire advantage.
What
Got
a
to take
knowledge.
advantage of that when you can.
What a knowledge one in the chat says in Formula 1 he doesn't break his front wing when he crashes. And he wants to ask me like if I wanted to whine. It's probably because he runs no damage. Come on. So we see a good battle here. Mr. Hicks with a 3-second penalty. I don't know where I saw that battle. I don't know where to go with that one, but I think we got a close one between Clay and Josh.
Oh, yeah, Josh is... I wonder if he has a little bit of damage to the rear.
As
Yeah,
he
he's
does
going to
come
hit
down
pit
pit
road.
lane. He might have front wing damage. I could not see.
Now, he got rammed from behind, so whatever damage he had to be on the back. But that is going to cause him to hit pit road, and that's going to take both Williams out of the points for the time being.
I don't think that was the reason. He was on 12-lap mediums. He does have a front wing to replace as well, but he has come out on these softs. He's got like 10 laps on these, I believe.
Josh is going to still stay ahead of Elite Precision, stay in the points.
Josh crossed the pit exit line.
That's not going to help you.
You can't do that.
You can't do that.
The battle here is Kenny with a 3-second and Clay 2.5 behind.
Is Kenny missing a right end plate? He is missing a right end plate. Kenny has made a mistake somewhere on the circuit and is missing the right end plate on the front wing. That is going to really hurt him. He's going to have to hit pit road.
That will not allow you to cut through the air as well. But he is not coming up pit lane.
Wow.
Thug life.
He needs a caution, and he needs it bad right now.
So we're going to see here. We have 5 drivers with penalties.
There's a light core.
Light core out. Lester Breck out,
one?
exiting the chicane. We're going to see if this next Red Bull will get there in time for us to see the damages, as we do not get there in time.
I have no idea where
Who's
this
in the first
sitting
chicane.
Haas is.
He is gone.
First
He's
chicane.
disappeared off the track. They got that thing cleaned up fast.
Yeah, they got that little, was it like the claw or whatever that can just grab it anywhere off the racetrack?
Yeah, they got some dude playing with a claw machine that pick up the F1 cars when
might as well.
They wreck, as we have a caution through the carousel, but I honestly think it's just because they go so slow through that turn. It is very hard to carry a lot of speed through that turn. We see a heated battle between a Masos with no front wing and a Riley with a front wing. They probably will have the upper hand here.
Oh my goodness, the Ferrari's got to stop losing wings, man.
Got a Ferrari strat here going on. Getting a flare down pit lane.
They had to get that right front fixed.
Killer XL with the time penalty here with a 3-second.
He's pushing really hard. He gave up a lot of track position, hit the inside wall right there. I wonder if he lost anything. No, he didn't. No damage to the race car. But, yeah, Frank is pushing for all it's worth. This has been a third-place car all day, maybe second place, and right now just mired back in traffic.
Looks like Kenny almost got in the lead position there, but they seem to have kept it straight. These two guys can't get away from each other. We see Josh elite and Kenny as Josh gets a bit loose there, exiting. Bit of oversteer, I believe. I could not see if there was car contact there, but we see teammates here.
No, the
Josh
Williams
and Riley.
Do not hit each other.
We're going to see what happens here. Oh,
okay,
Josh lets Riley
Josh
go by.
Josh is going to pull out of the way. That was smart.
Make it up to him. As I believe we'll try and... I think Kenny or Mercedes might go for fastest lap here, because fastest lap is only a 1:12. It is doable to get the fastest lap point.
It definitely is doable. And they're going to be on low fuel, too.
Low fuel, 0 lap old softs. They will come basically to a flying lap here.
This is going to be qualifying time, probably.
Oh, as Kenny gives the a little push to that final turn, it seems. But Kenny might try to get the upper hand here with a DRS. Probably gets a bit loose out of the
Where
final
do you
turn.
go though? I mean,
Nowhere. You go to the outside
around the
wall.
outside. Good luck. Crossover.
You try to go for like a crossover kind of move.
Oh
He gets
no!
loose, which gets
Oh
into
my
Kenny a little bit,
goodness!
which Raleigh
Elite
might have the
Precision got
upper
loose.
hand.
Elite Precision got loose, got into the front of Kenny, and somehow, some
Kenny
way,
gets
they
by
live.
Elite. All
You're
three
not,
of these cars have a front wing.
yeah, you're not missing anything up front. Jackson has extended that lead 2.8 seconds up on Heredia and still pulling.
Caution is out for an Alfa Romeo of Team Air Jordan. Which way you going, bud? He gets passed by Virginia. This might be the most exciting battle on track. 13th and 14th here.
I'm going to have to stop you there.
They're
There's
in
a
a race
battle
of
for
their own.
podium right now. Clay, Joker, and Killer all under a blanket right here. Baseball Kid not too far behind them. This is the battle for the final spot on the podium.
The thing with Baseball Kid being a second behind is that he will be there if someone wrecks.
Definitely.
As
As
Josh retires from
Josh
the session for a second
did
week in a row.
the wreck.
Yep. He wrecked out of there.
Wow.
Out of the second chicane. Shame for the
Birch is
Williams
so
driver,
close to
but
points, man.
yeah, man. Yeah, but look at how far behind he is from the Soaps. He's a whole minute behind. He's going to need 2 cars to wreck.
It can happen. I mean, right here, these three under a blanket, this is where the wreck could happen.
Yeah.
Big time dirty air for Frank right there. Behind the Mercedes of always Joker, just trying to keep it under him.
These 2 guys are going to need a mistake from Clay.
I don't think so. We still got some time. There's still 6 to go.
True, but Joker has fallen over a second behind Clay.
Jackson looking for a perfect race here. Pole position. Right now, I believe he has the fastest lap. And he has led every single lap today. We talk about track position mattering, but, I mean, he kind of did this at Australia, too. He just dominated. Really didn't have any battle whatsoever with anybody. Had one car that was close to him in Australia. Today, not even Heredia was able to keep up with him. He is just scooting away.
Yeah, there's no battle for either of the top 2 positions here as Josh Fauna gets overtaken.
First made a pass on Team Air Jordan for 12. Oh,
So does the 3-second penalty as well. We got 5 cars with penalties. 6 cars with penalties.
we're going to get a test of how Joker has matured over the years. He's usually the guy to send it to the inside and put both drivers in jeopardy, but I feel like as of late he's been a lot more cautious, a lot smarter with his racecraft. I don't think he's going to make a send on Clay, but I could be wrong. We'll just have to wait and see. We got 5 laps to figure out if he does it or not.
Well, these cars are a lot more brittle than NASCAR stock cars. So you can make as much contact as you want.
I do believe. I mean, you see the lap difference in the tires for Joker and Clay. That's definitely playing havoc on Clay. He is sliding all over the place. Joker probably sliding all over the place as well, but a little more planted. Getting nice runs through these tight corners.
Yeah,
I don't know where you make a pass.
No, you gotta wait for a mistake.
Jackson has increased that lead yet another second. That last lap, up to about 4 seconds on the Heredia God. Heredia looking for his, I think this would make it his 4th podium of the season. The only driver to podium in every single race so far.
Yeah, he's been very good this season. This Team Air Jordan passes Furchinator as Furch does go down pit lane.
Yeah, another disappointing result. Being stared
Oh,
down in the
AlphaTauri
face
goes
right now
around.
for Mason. Oh.
Mercedes might have front wing. Red Bull might have front wing damage. We're going to see here. Neither car is front wing damage. We got to look here. Keller with a 3-second penalty. He will lose a spot here if he can't get bigger gap between him and Baseball Kid. Which losing a spot 5 to 6
Oh,
isn't that big of
wow.
isn't the end of the world, but you still want those points.
Yeah, Clay is really struggling on these old mediums, and Joker's not really doing any favors to
No.
Frank or anyone behind him by staying behind him. He's got to make a move on him at some point.
Yeah.
It's just so hard. Right
Just
there,
quite
didn't get a
difficult
good
to make
run
any
out
sort
of the
of
final
pass.
corner.
As we see in 13th, Will Furchinator go for the fastest lap of the race here with a 0 lap softs. We're going to have to wait and see. Because you never know. It's lap 37 out of 39. Anything is possible at this point.
It's on the overtake.
Oh,
Definitely going to try for it.
bit of a bump, it seems, from the Red Bull to the Mercedes, but no front wing damage there. Now, if you hit a car straight from behind, you don't seem to get that bad of front wing damage as if you would from the side of your wing.
Yeah, the end plate kind of protrudes out a little more than the front of the wing. So it makes sense, but it sucks if you barely touch anything with the right front or the left front. How patient are you willing to be?
It's Furchinator
Oh,
retires from the
Furch.
session. Middle of the chicane.
Oh boy. Get the claw out. We only got 2 to go.
Looks like he might have gotten onto one of the turtles because he was face first into the outside, into the left wall. But we're going to get back up with this pack. Front back, 36, under a blanket here.
Yeah, this is going to be your battle for the end of the race for podium. There's not really any battle. First and second are long gone. There's going to be no question unless one of them wreck who's going to finish first and second. But that last podium spot is very much up for grabs.
Someone lost a front wing plate. I cannot tell who it was. It was Heredia. Heredia lost a front wing plate.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. He just has to nurse it around here.
Clay is only a second behind Heredia.
Oh, wow. Never mind. He's not going to be fine. So this might actually take him off of
Kenny
the
with a
podium.
3-second warning. That's 6 seconds, I think, for Kenny.
You can't pit now if you're the Aston. White flag.
And you can't pass here if you're the AlphaTauri. You're going to have to send it on him. This is going to get good.
Oh my goodness. Can you imagine the accordion back here for Frank and Joker? They are going to be accordion all over the place.
Baseball Kid with a 3-second penalty.
Podium is still very much on right here.
These 5 cars under a blanket. I think we'll see Clay punt the Aston.
He's going to have to send it on him. And here comes
Mercedes tries to go on the outside.
Joker. Trying the
Don't
outside.
leave the door open for the Red Bull there. So Heredia can't cut through the air as well. He gets a bit tapped from the Alpha as Baseball Kid's trying to get around Killer.
Here's your opportunity right here. If you're Joker to get, or in Clay to get around the Aston, you got to be in the ERS and go.
He is heavily pushing this overtake button. There's a caution behind, but always Joker with a 3-second. Clay just needs to stay ahead.
I think Clay's going to go for second here. He's got such a run on Heredia.
He almost gets to the side of him. He's going to go down the inside. Joker's going to go around the outside of the AlphaTauri. I don't think he'll get it. As he goes wide, almost into the wall. Killer trying to squeeze on through the inside. As Mr. Hex gains 2 positions from 6 to 4.
Where the hell did he come from?
Where did he come from? That wasn't even a penalty. That was just off the turn. I think it was because Joker was trying to pinch Killer. Hex snuck around the outside.
Big time win for
That is
Jackson.
insane.
Dominating fashion, leading every single lap. Heredia, great job to hold on to second with the damage. He made it very fascinating there in the final laps, but he was able to hang on, keep that second, and stay on the podium for the 4th week in a row. Clay, third. Oh my gosh, that battle for third.
As we saw that battle, we noticed Jackson go pole to pole, back-to-back weeks.
I don't even know. Like, seriously, where did Hex come from? He was 6th.
He was there ready to pounce.
He was 6th.
Furch, you got talked about enough when you broke your front wing 8 times, man. I'm going to be honest.
You weren't the only one that broke the wing,
yeah,
though,
you weren't
Furch.
the only one, man, but we heard your name.
You were most certainly not the only one.
As our podium sits Jackson Altman first, Heredia second, as Clay sitting in P3. Jim, if you want to add our podium into the chat if you can, so I don't have our viewers look at a blue screen. That could really hurt your eyes, man. All that blue light, not fun.
Glad you're looking out for the viewers.
I try to. As our finishing results, Jackson Altman with the win, Heredia second, Clay third, Hex fourth, Joker fifth, Killer sixth, Baseball Kid seventh, Kenny eighth with a 6-second penalty, Elite Precision 9th, Riley 10th, Masopes 11th, Air Jordan 12th, Fortunator 13th, Josh 14th, Light Cord 15th, Logan 16th, Small NASCAR 17th, Garrison 18th, Electric Days 19th, and Hale State rounding out our 20 cars in 20th position in the Haas. That was a very exciting race, if I do say so myself, Jim.
20 cars at Monaco. How could it not be? This place is not... I guess it is made for 21 cars, but that's just crazy to me that they were able mostly to race cleanly together, and we were treated to a really good one tonight.
Yeah, it was a very insane race. My heart was pounding towards the end of that race, and my voice was shaking. Very exciting race there towards the end as well, because of that safety car. As much as they do hurt the leaders, they make it a very exciting race up here in the booth.
Definitely.
So we're going to wait for our top 3 to join. Our winner has joined already.
They have been invited. Well, while we're waiting, I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion. After the race tonight, you can watch the broadcaster in here take on Kenny in MLB The Show.
Dude.
You can watch that on the Big Jim 11 YouTube channel, but that will be after the race, after our coverage tonight.
As we are joined by our entire top 3, as we were going to start off with Clay finishing P3. We're going to go third, second, first. Clay, third position there. How you feeling?
Pretty good. Like, I kind of had a bad first stint because I got wing damage and then I got a drive-through penalty. I was all the way in the back, but thanks to the 2 safety cars, I was able to come back in third.
Yeah, man, that was a great comeback for you. And as we saw late there, Heredia lost that front left end plate on his front wing. How hard were you pushing there? It was like life or death there, it seemed, for you.
Yeah,
So,
Heredia was just doing a blocking maneuver, and he just had his whole car on the track. You obviously can't pass at this track, so it was basically a done deal. And I had to defend against Joker as well, so that wasn't fun. And yeah, but somehow I made it through.
I mean, all 4 of you guys, there were like 5 of you guys there with Hex as well, finishing P4 under a blanket. I was very surprised that all 5 of you guys actually finished this race, because I really did think one of you guys weren't finishing. Jim, do you have any questions for our third place finisher tonight?
Yeah, first off, Clay, I want to say congratulations on the podium finish. It seems like last week you should have had a podium finish, and it all kind of went downhill after that last caution. But tonight you got some redemption, and you were pretty fast. So kind of go through with me how your race went and how you felt with the car.
Yeah, so I was expecting to get wrecked, so I wasn't really having high hopes, and I didn't really prep for the race. I was basically asleep, but I guess I would just went off my instincts and went on with my race. But there was also like obviously other cars that were not as kind and that gave me a hard time, but it's all right. We made it through, and yeah.
Yeah, man. Good
Well,
job at
gang,
bouncing
congratulations
back
on the podium.
tonight. Yeah, great bounce back. Thank you for joining us up here in the booth. We're going to move over to our second place finisher, Heredia. What's up, man?
What is good?
Apparently your front left end plate isn't, but you ended up getting through that race there with the front wing damage, defending for your life, it seemed, out there. Take me through that final lap.
Well, I was shaking really badly. I thought I was gonna wreck out in front of all of them, but somehow I kept it on track. And like I said last week, if you didn't hear the interview, a certain species of animals, and it was on the back of my mind, and I just put my car where you just can't pass that, and especially in Monaco, you just use that to your advantage, and you just really can't pass without making contact. And if they make contact or anybody make contact, it's go either damage their wing or get them a penalty. So it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, man, that was a pretty insane finish there. Looking at that whole front five, or the front six, when the first car was miles ahead. Jim, you got any questions for our second place finisher here?
Yeah, Heredia, good job once again on the podium. That will make it your fourth podium of the season. You've placed it in the top three in all of the races so far this season. But I'm more curious, looking at team points and looking at the F1 D1 standings. Have you been looking at these? Do you know that you're second in the D1 driver standings, and that Aston Martin is also second in points in team standings?
Surprisingly, I have really good luck this season compared to last season. If F122, I'm just more consistent, and I got a podium almost every single race for Australia, which was my weaker track. But I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy about it. I just show that I'm not just a NASCAR left turn merchant, and Tiger by my side. We're coming for that team championship.
Nice, man. Good job tonight with that wing damage, especially having to defend from 4 hard-charging cars behind you. Thank you for joining us up in the booth, as we are joined by our back-to-back winner, who has led every lap since the beginning of Australia, Jackson Altman. Welcome to the booth. How are you?
Yo, what up?
You must be feeling like Max Verstappen out there. You've led every single lap since the beginning of Australia. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel good. Like, it's good being in the lead. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I can't say I relate there, but seeing that Red Bull up front, you gotta just picture, like, what's going on behind the scenes, man. How you must be in the lab week in, week out with those time trial laps and stuff like that. When you saw that last safety car come out, were you worried at all about the Aston Martin behind you starting, in second place?
Nah, not really, because he was on the same tires as me, and I knew I had the pace because I was kind of managing the tires the whole race, so I knew, like, if I was gonna, like, blow a tire, he was gonna blow a tire. And it's Monaco, so you can't pass, so nah, I wasn't really worried.
I got you, man. Well, Jim, you got any questions for our winner tonight?
Dominating performance from you once again, Jackson. You are looking really, really strong, and I mean, 2 wins coming right back into the league. That's just crazy talk, and the way you've done it, just leading every single lap, very impressive. I'm kind of curious. I'm trying to look at our schedule for F1, what we have going on for us next week, we have Canada. How are you feeling for the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal?
I feel good. I already did. I did a league race on that track in a different league like a couple weeks ago, so I kind of know how it is. So yeah, I feel good.
Well, just keep on keeping on. You will be the points leader very soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you to our top 3 for joining us tonight, as well as our in-race reporter, giving us what we need to know. Thank you guys, everyone in the chat. I think I saw about 90 in there. Thank you guys for all popping up. Thank you for all the comments, all the supporters. This is Ballstick with my co-host Big Jim, and we will see you guys next week at Canada. Everybody have a good night out there. Stay safe.